Hey everybody, this video is going to be all about the new Life Application Study Bible produced by Tyndale. Now, I've already reviewed this Life Application Study Bible in the NLT, and I actually think I was wearing the same shirt. But this video is going to show you guys the personal size as well as the large print editions of this Bible. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so welcome back, and if you haven't already seen the full review of the Life Application Study Bible, I'll put a link in the description below. That'll go through all the ins and outs of the actual Bible, its features and everything. This is more going to cover the other variations and size and cover options that Tyndale offers. So let's take a look really quickly. This is the large print, and I'll move the box away, and here is the large print. It is enormous. It is a giant Bible. So it's about 3 inches thick. It's definitely a handful. You get 2 ribbons. They're both single side satin ribbons, and it's this just really clean look. This is that leather-like material. The print is really nice. So the text size on this large print looks about 11, a 10 to 11. Here is the comparison between the normal, which the normal size is pretty good size Bible. All right, so this is the normal size Bible, and you can see it's also a single column text, and you have your notes at the bottom, but the text itself is much smaller in this normal edition. So it's about a 9-point font. I think this is about a 10.5 to an 11. It might be marketed as a 12, I'm not really sure, but it looks more like an 11. Now this one is a red letter, and here's the red letter. It is more of a cherry color. It's a pinch darker than what we have seen in the past from Tyndale. That might be, maybe my eyes are playing a trick on me. It's probably the same exact red that we've seen in the past. It's not overly dark, but it's not too light. It's a pretty good red. But in sections of text where you see all this red, it almost loses itself. It's not quite dark enough to really stand out away from the white paper. But still pretty nice. And this large print it's a pretty large print. You have all the same notes, all the same articles, all the same features that you would get in the normal Life Application Study Bible. The text and the note sections just have a larger text size, so it's more conducive to reading and study for those of us who need that boost in optics. So in the back you have this master index, and I'll just kind of show you the comparison between the two. They look about the same. I mean, the large print is a little bit larger, but not a lot larger, and they have the same features, the same intro, same words and everything. So, but this text is a little bit larger. It's not quite the difference that you saw from the text in the Bible itself, but it's a little bit bigger in the large print. The same said for the dictionary and concordance. All of it's a little bit bigger than the normal size text. All right, now that we've looked through this one, let's take a look at these personal size editions. All right, here's the personal size NLT. You can see it's still chunky. It's thick. It's got a little junk in the trunk. One negative is it only comes with 1 ribbon, but the normal size edition also only comes with 1 ribbon. So I would have loved to have seen more ribbons, especially in a study Bible where you could flip between references and whatnot. So the size of this text is more like a 7 to a 7.5. So if there was a 2-point font difference between the normal and the large print, there's also a 2-point font difference between the normal and the personal size. So the personal size is I'd say about a 7, and you can really see the difference in the note sections. The note sections are even smaller than the text sections, so I have to get pretty close to be able to read this effectively, the notes, because the notes have got to be 5.5 to 6-point font. It's smaller than a Pit Minion type. It's really tiny. And the same is said for that master index and the information in the back. It's generally similar to the normal size edition. It's just going to be a little smaller. It's actually more readable than the text itself because it goes from about like an 8 point or 9 point in the normal. This is more like an 8 point for the words, and then the references below would be about a 7. So it matched the text a little closer. You have your maps in glossy cardstock, and then the paste down liner. Now this one has some debris that got caught between the liner and the cover leather, but I don't really care. This shows the 2 ISBN numbers. One is for the non-indexed edition, one's for the indexed edition. This is for the personal size NLT Life Application Study Bible with the light and dark brown cover in that leather light synthetic. And lastly, this is the personal size NIV Life Application Study Bible from Tyndale. And this hardback, I actually like it a lot more than I thought I would. You don't have the gilded page edges, but you have the same introductory materials and the color combinations. If you watched my first review, the NLT's color scheme is like a green and teal kind of thing, and the NIV is more of a red on the interior, and this follows the same line. The NIV personal size has these red highlights within the text rather than green. I really like it. Now again, this personal size has a tiny text. I mean, little bitty text. The notes section's probably more like a 6, so it's really small. Now, if you can have the eyes to read this, congratulations, you have really good eyes. That's about all I can show you. That's the size differences between the 3 editions, your normal size, your personal size editions. Let's lay them right here. And then this enormous large print edition here. It's giant. Now, it's going to be easier to read, but it's quite a beast. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. I know we went over a lot. And if you want to see my original review of the 3rd edition of the Life Application Study Bibles for both NIV and NLT editions, I'll have it in the description below. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing to the channel and click that notification bell so you can be notified when I upload new videos. And as always, God bless.